Part of me wants to get a sombrero for Senor Shovel after our hard work is done so he could put on his hat and rest. But I'm guessing a lot of people would say, Mr. Gurr, that is a dumb idea. Like, there's like a lot of people that might be upset if you put a sombrero on top of a shovel. That's kind of the world we live in today, even though my shovel has always been known as Senor Shovel, and Senor Shovel has had many, many, many forms throughout the decades. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings by putting a hat on top of a shovel. That's not my goal. Not my goal at all. So I will save the cartoon version of Senor Shovel for my doodle diary and keep that private because it's not my goal to upset anybody with my ideas and my thoughts. I love speaking Spanish. Mrs. Spalding was my Spanish teacher at Armour High School. Y yo recuerdo mucho de mis estudios de español de Professor Spalding. She'd be very proud. So, speaking of, Joe, Garrison's birthday was yesterday. I didn't do the owl. Oh my gosh. There's a reckoning coming. There he is. He's coming for me. Anyway, the driveway looks good. I don't think this is going to last. But the good news is there'll be enough salt and grime from the winter streets of Wisconsin to make sure that Love You is bold and proud on the back of the Mrs. Gurr minivan. So the first day of shoveling of the winter officially is over, at least for the time being. So we've been kind of lucky in Wisconsin the last several years. Senor Shovel and I haven't had a whole lot of repetitions, but one of the stories that kind of is going to fill my brain for the rest of my days every time I shovel now is because there's kind of an emotional link is on the assignment sheets at the monastery, Group C, there's groups A, B, and C, A being census, B being showers, and C being the wild card. One of the jobs of Group C is to shovel snow. So I remember specifically one day I was Group B and Mojo Jojo was Group C, and there was so much snow. It was one of those days where it just snowed to beat the band, and I said, hey, Mojo Jojo, can we switch assignments? Because the unit was dead. The amount of kids, the amount of orphans at the monastery has been just going down dramatically over the years. And I don't know. I'm curious to know how many kids are going to be there over the holidays. In a perfect world, it's zero. Everybody's better. You know, we did a good job. Hooray for us. So we did such a good job. Everybody went home. And now what we're doing, while there's nobody here at the monastery, is getting better at our job. So when people do come back in, we are ready for them and we can help them even better than we did before. But as I said, Group C does the shoveling. So I went out and I shoveled and shoveled and shoveled and shoveled some more for hours and hours and hours. And it was just the most awesome work day ever. Kind of like a farmer. Like, farmers really work. But shoveling Widowmaker snow, like that big, heavy, sloppy, there's no better workout than that. And that's the only bright spot that I earned in my 22 years out at the monastery involved using a shovel. And I might talk about that a little bit on the hearing on January the 3rd, because the story was embellished a little bit by the management. They said that, you know what, Mr. Gurr, he stayed after his shift and was shoveling snow like a hero. Well, that ain't true. That ain't true. I worked till 9:20 p.m. I was shoveling around 3:30, something like that. You know, in between the 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock range was when I was doing most of the shoveling. So I was getting paid ridiculous money to shovel that snow, like $44 an hour, I think, to shovel that snow. So that's the truth. That's the truth. But that, you know, that story isn't as good. So, you know, that doesn't touch the heart. It doesn't warm the cockles, you know. But people like to tell a story that suits them. And sadly, people just aren't satisfied with the truth. Mr. Gurr has always been satisfied with the truth.